What if I told you that the way you see your life now is what's keeping you stuck in the same situation? And there is a century's worth of Nobel Prize-winning quantum physics research that demonstrates why your attempts to change your situation have failed. As soon as you understand what's going on in the world around you, you'll know that quantum physics isn't just complicated math done in a faraway lab. It has to do with waking up to your power to make your own reality. What's amazing is this. Every day, we have a huge number of thoughts and feelings. I'm not aware of 99.9% of them, though. Paying your bills, sitting in traffic, and scrolling through social media all make you feel like you don't have enough, stressed out, or alone. You never question why your outside world is always a perfect reflection of how you see things inside. You're always trying to rearrange the pieces of your life, but you don't realize that every time you look, judge, or assume something, you send out a different energetic signature into the quantum field. But there's something even more important going on that most people never find out about. In reality, the fixed particles of your experience are the result of the collapse of infinite potential wave. Think of it as a screen. It's like a movie, and the quantum field is the light that makes it show up on your life's screen. You literally project a reality of fear onto a screen when you look at it from a place of fear. You project love into a field when you look at things from a place of love. The quantum field doesn't tell the difference between how you feel inside and how things are around you. In the end, it only responds to the reality you keep seeing. Hello, dear friend. I'm so glad you came. We will learn about this hidden language of the universe during this time we have together. It is called quantum physics. But this isn't a class. You can think of this as a gentle trip back to a truth your soul has always known. We are about to go over the rules that make up not only the tiniest particles, but also the very fabric of your reality. Each chapter is meant to bring out a part of you that knows you are a powerful creator, from the dance of waves and particles to the link that holds everything together. Find a place that is comfortable for you. Let your body calm down, and let your mind open up. Enjoy the deep and quiet magic of the quantum world. It will help you remember who you really are. Would you believe me if I told you that the world you see, the solid chairs, the predictable sunrise, and the past that can't be changed, is only a small part of the truth? For hundreds of years, we lived in a world that seemed fixed and solid. The rules said that if you push something, it will move. We called it the classical world. There can't be something there if it's here. In this world, things happened because of other things, and everything was planned out. Scientists thought they knew the answer to almost every problem. In the early 1900s, though, as scientists looked deeper into the core of matter, they saw holes in that solid wall. They found a world where the old rules didn't apply. It was a world full of wave-like energy and pure possibility. When they were looking into how things give off heat, they found a mystery. The old rules said that something that could never happen would happen, like an energy disaster, but it didn't. It was proof that the universe worked in a different way. In a flash of brilliant insight, a German physicist named Max Planck came up with a revolutionary idea. Energy wasn't a smooth, steady flow. Like messages, it was sent in small, separate packets. He said that these were quanta. We now understand things better because of this. It's interesting to think about how the energy that powers the universe is not just a force, but information as well. Each quantum is a very small pulse, a single beat in the heart of everything. Planck found a basic value that we now call Planck's constant, the rhythm of this heartbeat. It wasn't just math. It was the discovery that the universe has a beat, a frequency, and that you, my friend, are a part of it. Soon after that, Albert Einstein showed that these energy packets, which we now call photons, were what light was made of. It wasn't just an idea. It explained how sunlight could feel like a soft wave on your skin and also like a particle with enough power to power the whole world. The first hint of the universe's deeper secret, that reality is not fixed, was this duality, this capacity to be two things at once. It changes based on how you look at it and is fluid. The most important thing I learned was that this secret wasn't just about light. It was true for everything. This was true for the atoms in your body, the air you breathe, and your thoughts. A young physicist named Louis de Broglie was brave enough to say that everything, including you, is made up of waves. Soon, tests showed that he was right. It was shown that the building blocks of your body don't just act like solid particles, but like waves of pure potential. At that moment, the old world started to fall apart, and a quantum reality began to take its place. This new reality was not based on solid facts, but on an infinite number of possible outcomes. This isn't just a scientific idea. It tells you how to live your life. It gives you a way to think about how your thoughts, focus, and energy affect the world you live in. There are more than just facts in the next few paragraphs. They are keys to your power as a conscious creator. Please click the like button below if you are ready to get these keys. The like button is not just a click, it's a quantum switch. Your energetic agreement is encoded into this field when you press it, letting it know that you are ready to change from a classical viewer to a quantum creator. The energy we are about to explore is set off by your interaction. The concept of wave-particle duality is one of the most beautiful truths in the quantum world. It means realizing that everything in the universe, from a single photon of light to the electrons that make up your body, can exist as both a particle and a wave. A particle is a solid, tangible thing in a specific place. A wave is a field of pure potential and energy that spreads out. Picture a big, calm ocean. This ocean is the quantum field, which is the sea of all possible outcomes. Your desire is like a wave in the ocean. Everything is possible before you decide what you want and where to focus your attention. Health, happiness, plenty, and love are all possibilities that are spread out in this infinite field like waves. This is the wave state, which means it has no limits and is full of possibilities. Imagine that you are on the shore and you decide to look in the ocean for one thing only: a single, perfect seashell. One of those waves of possibility solidifies the moment you pay attention and observe with a clear goal in mind. From a wave of possibility to a particle of experience, it collapses. You hold the seashell in your hand. This is the particle state, which is clear, real, and touchable. The search for the seashell is not just yours. You are both the ocean of options and the one who makes the choice. You are the wave and the particle at the same time. Your consciousness is the wave. It has no limits and is linked to everything. Your body is the particle. It's how you show up in this space and time. Not either one or the other. You are the holy dance that goes on between them. The double-slit experiment is the most well-known test that shows this. Researchers did something magical when they shot electrons, which are the building blocks of matter, at a screen with two slits. There was no one looking or measuring which slit the electrons went through when they were just moving around like waves. One side had an interference pattern made by them going through both slits at the same time. It was a beautiful tapestry of probability. There they were, in their state of pure potential. But the magic seemed to go away as soon as a detector was put in place to observe which slit each electron went through. The electrons all of a sudden behaved like tiny particles that you could count on. They either went through one or the other slits, making two simple bands on the screen. The interference pattern went away. What changed? Observing was the only thing that was different. It's not about electrons in a lab for this test. This is a deep metaphor for your life. You put a detector on your reality when you are stuck in worry, doubt, and the need to be in charge of everything that happens. You are pushing the waves of endless possibilities to break down into the same old particles of your present situation. Because you keep looking at your problems, reality keeps giving you more problems to look at. But if you let go back into your observer consciousness, and just hold the feeling of the future you want, the wave will stay a wave. You let the universe plan outcomes that are more beautiful than anything you could have done. Being aware and lovingly observing without fear or judgment is what brings the most beautiful possibilities into your life. The most valuable thing in the universe is your attention. Real life starts where you put it. Declare this truth in the comments below. I observe. This simple action can give your creative power a strong base. When you write these words, you are affirming that your gaze is not passive but active, and that you are choosing to see your dreams come true. In our classical world, we learn to value being sure of things. We don't want to guess about where we are or where we're going. The universe, on the other hand, works on a much more beautiful principle: trust and flow. The Heisenberg uncertainty principle is the name for this idea. You can't know both a particle's exact position and its exact momentum, where it's going, at the same time. This principle is based on a beautiful cosmic truth. The more you try to fix one, the less certain the other one becomes. The word invite is used instead of limit. The way things are now is your position. Right now, it's your job, your health, and your relationships. That's where you are now. Now picture your hopes and dreams as momentum. It's the way you're becoming, the flow, the direction. According to the uncertainty principle, you lose momentum if you try to hold on too tightly to your current position, if you define yourself solely by your current situation. You can't be sure of what will happen in the future, because all of your energy is going into holding on to what is. Your way forward becomes hazy as you try to determine your exact position. On the other hand, if you want to really gain momentum toward your goals, you have to be ready to give up your fixed position. Trust the flow. You need to let go of the need to know how it will happen and instead connect with the feeling that it is already happening. You give in to the momentum, which lets your position change in magical and surprising ways. This is the paradox of God's work in the world. You can't be stuck on what you want to change if you want to make it happen. You need to trust that the universe will take care of your position and turn into a wave of momentum. This principle also shows that there is something called zero-point energy. It's the energy that's left over when all other energy is taken away, even at absolute zero temperature. It's the energy of the quantum field itself and the background hum of the universe. Pure potential energy is what it is. It exists because a particle's position would have to be completely unknown if it had no momentum, which is not possible. In other words, there is always a soft, peaceful vibration. This field with no points is where everything starts. Everything comes from the stillness. You can connect to this field of energy whenever you clear your mind, meditate, or just take a deep breath. You're getting in touch with the source of all momentum. From this stillness, you don't have to make things happen the way you want them to. The universe's momentum starts to flow through you as soon as you align with the energy of what you want to create, effortlessly carrying you to a new position and a new reality. Now we get to quantum superposition, which is one of the most empowering ideas of all. Quantum systems don't exist in just one state until they are observed. They are in all of their possible states at the same time, before they are observed. Allow this truth to sink deep inside you. Today, right now, the version of you that is vibrantly healthy is real. There is a version of you that is living in abundance. There is a version of you that has found deep love. There are real potentials for all of these versions and any other possibility you can think of in the quantum field. They are in a state called superposition. This is not just wishful thinking. It is the way things really are. It doesn't matter to the universe whether your current reality is different from the one you want it to be. To the quantum field, all of them are real possibilities that are just waiting for a conscious observer to pick one. It was the point of Schrödinger's cat, the famous thought experiment, to show how strange this idea is. People say that a cat in a box with a random poison trigger is in a superposition of states until the box is opened. This means that the cat is both alive and dead at the same time. However, this test was never about a cat. It's always been about you. You are stuck in the box of what you think and believe right now. And inside that box, you are both the person living their old story and the person living their dream life. Right now, you are both. Opening the box is the same thing as putting your awareness somewhere. Now is a very important time to make a choice. If you want to stay connected to this frequency of endless possibilities, you should subscribe to this channel. Once you subscribe, you make a choice to align your energy with a reality where you are the creator. It tells the universe that you are ready to keep talking about this and living this truth every day. How are you going to pick? How do you choose one reality from all of these possible outcomes? You make your choice based on how you feel, your energy, and your inner state of being. When you worry about not having enough, you are observing the truth of lack. This is your message to the universe. This is the one I choose. The wave function of endless possibilities collapses into the well-known particle of lack. You are seeing a different reality when you learn to feel the gratitude of plenty before it comes, the joy of love as if it were already here, and the vitality of health in every cell of your body right now. The quantum field is getting a new signal from you. As you look at the superposition of states, you choose a new possibility. Yes, you can choose your reality. Say it out loud in the comments, I embody. You're telling the quantum field that you won't wait for outside proof any longer. This is more than just a comment. That timeline will become your main reality because you will become the living embodiment of the love, health, and wealth you want. The way you feel tells the universe which version of you to bring into the world. If you don't feel anything when you say an affirmation, it can feel empty. The quantum field is not easy to trick. Your frequency or energetic signature is what it responds to, not what you say. You should stop observing the reality you don't want and start taking on the emotional state of the reality you do want. You don't need to start from scratch. All you have to do is pick it. It is already here in the beautiful field of superposition, ready for you. Quantum entanglement is one of the phenomena that has most perplexed those who have studied it. It was what Einstein famously called spooky action at a distance. It says that two or more particles can connect with each other so that they work as a single unit, even if they are very far apart. The property of one particle tells you right away what the property of its partner particle is, even if the partner particle is on the other side of the galaxy. They don't talk to each other through a signal. We don't understand how the connection works in terms of space and time. It happens right away. It is a fact. This is not science fiction. It is a fact of our universe that has been proven over and over again. Finally, let's get this deep truth into your heart. You are not separate from what you want. You are not separate from the love, health, and wealth you want. It is impossible to be separate in the quantum field, so you are already connected to the reality you want to make. Imagine that you are a particle, and your dream is another particle. You are connected by an invisible line that can't be broken. One unified system includes the two of you. So, what you do to one particle, yourself, has an immediate effect on the other particle, your dream. You change the spin of your particle when you change your deepest feelings, thoughts, and beliefs, as well as your energetic frequency. Your dream is connected to you, so its spin must change right away to match yours. It has no choice. It is one of the most basic rules of the world. This is the way that synchronicity works. So when you finally let go and find peace within yourself, the perfect chance shows up out of the blue. That's why when you start to love yourself, other loving people come into your life. When you changed your energy, the reality that you are in had to change to reflect it back to you. You don't need to follow your dreams. You don't have to fight and struggle to make them happen. In the old days, people thought that way. You only work on yourself in the quantum model. You get your own energy in sync. The vibrational match for the life you want is you. When you do this, you send a signal through the quantum field that is instantaneous and not local. Your entangled reality starts to rearrange itself to come to you. When things are lined up right, the spooky action happens. There is no real distance between you and your dream. It is already in your hands in the entangled reality of the quantum field. The only thing you need to do is be aware of that connection and feed it with your own peace, joy, and gratitude. Share this affirmation in the comments if you feel a strong connection to your wants. I am connected. This act should serve as a strong reminder that your dreams are right next to you. Reading these words makes you aware of the sacred, non-local connection and strengthens the vibrational link that effortlessly brings your highest good to you. Now we get to the observer effect, which is at the heart of your creative power. You can't just watch something in the world of quantum mechanics. Being able to measure or watch a system changes it in fundamental ways. You are not watching a fixed, already made movie called reality. They are dancing with you, and your awareness is the lead dancer. This is one of the most important discoveries in science that is also the most misunderstood. Physicists have found that the way a particle acts changes depending on whether it is being watched or not. But the observer is more than just a scientist or a piece of gear. You are the one watching. The most powerful force for making things happen in the universe is your consciousness. You are seeing your reality all the time, every day. You are measuring the quantum field with every thought, feeling, and belief you have. You are squishing the endless, shimmering waves of potential into the particles of your life that look like solid blocks. Give this a lot of thought. You are not having a bad time in the world. The world is reading your mind. The plan is your inner world, or consciousness. The outside world is a reflection of you. It's impossible for the quantum field to stop organizing itself to show you more reasons for lack, worry, and frustration if you keep going through them. It's just doing what your observation tells you to do. Observer consciousness is the still, silent part of you that lives behind your thoughts. When you awaken it, you can start to consciously control this process. You can be aware of your thoughts and feelings without being them. This is the part of you that can watch them without being them. You have the power to choose what to observe from this place of empowered awareness. You can pay attention to the love in your life, even if it seems small. You can choose to notice the peaceful times and happy moments. Imagine that your dreams are real and feel them as if they were there. This is the holiest thing that has ever been made when you do it. You are transforming the wave function of possibility into the reality you want it to be. If this makes you feel strong, anchor this truth by leaving a comment below. I create. This is your declaration that you are changing from a bystander to a player in your own life. Every time you see these words, remind yourself that you are always shaping your world and that your awareness is the best tool for making things happen. This is why powerful practices like deep breathing, visualizing, and meditating work so well. That's not what they're used for. They are acts of deep creation. They teach you to take your attention off of the reality you don't want and put it firmly on the reality you do want. Your gaze doesn't just sit there. It creates new things. It's not just a mental skill. Your attention is the lens through which the energy of creation shines. Every time you are aware, you are literally making something. The question is not if you are making your reality happen or not. The only thing that matters is whether you are aware of it or not. People who have experienced the observer effect are being asked to take charge of their lives. In the world we know, walls are stiff. There are real barriers. You will not be able to get to the other side of a hill if you are not able to climb it. The quantum universe, on the other hand, is much more magical and has a lot less rules. There is a principle in it called quantum tunneling that lets miracles happen. A particle can go right through a barrier that it shouldn't be able to because of a phenomenon called quantum tunneling, which has been scientifically proven. The barrier stays up. It doesn't get on top of it. It just goes away on one side and comes back on the other. This isn't just an idea. It happens all the time. This is what makes the sun shine. When particles don't have enough energy to overcome their opposition, nuclear fusion can happen. This is the idea behind technologies that can map surfaces down to the atomic level. But most importantly, it's a rule that you should follow. What are your life's barriers? Do they not have enough money? A diagnosis of health? Something that holds you back, like, I'm not good enough? Like a brick wall, these barriers can feel solid and impossible to get over. The traditional way is to fight the wall, hammer away at it, and struggle against it with all your might. It's hard to keep going like this, and the wall keeps getting stronger. There is another way, thanks to quantum tunneling, a more stylish way. Being in a certain state of frequency is what makes you energy. There is a barrier at a certain frequency, which is the problem's frequency. When you focus on, worry about, and fight the barrier, you match its frequency and stay stuck in front of it. Things get really cool when you change your energy, or raise your frequency to match what's happening on the other side of the barrier. There's no need to break down the wall anymore. You may just tunnel through it. The energy you connect with is the solution, the freedom, and the world where the problem doesn't exist. When you're in that state, the universe shows you a way to get past the problem. This is how a miracle feels. It's the call out of the blue, the sudden healing, or the strange idea that makes everything better. Going against the problem is not the answer. The answer is going beyond it. What you did was stop being in a reality where the wall was an obstacle. You didn't break the wall. This needs a lot of trust. You have to stop thinking about the wall, no matter how big and scary it looks, and only think about how free you want to feel. The quantum principle of tunneling is being used in your life by doing this. You're letting the universe take you to the other side of impossible in a way that your mind could never have imagined. If you're ready to get over a barrier, write "I transcend" in the comments. This word should tell the universe that you are done fighting your limits. You have chosen to raise your frequency, change your energy, and let quantum possibility help you get through any problem with ease and grace. In the classical world, everything was certain. Everything was planned ahead of time, like a clockwork machine. But quantum mechanics got rid of this rigid certainty and replaced it with probability, which is much more useful. These words may sound scary at first, but the fact that the universe is based on chances is not a sign of chaos. It's a sign that you are free. It means that the future is not set in stone. It's a field of possibilities that moves and shimmers, a wave function which contains all the possible outcomes and the probability of each one happening, is used in quantum mechanics to describe the future of a system. One of these chances turns into a reality when an observation is made. Think of this idea as the rule that guides your life. You can choose from an infinite number of possible futures or timelines. You will have times when you struggle and times when you do well. There is a time when you are alone and a time when you are loved. In the quantum field, all of these timelines are possible. As a conscious creator, it's not your job to make something happen. It's to make the probability of the desired timeline higher. How do you do that? What you think, how you feel, and what you choose all count. The probability of having more things for which to be thankful rises when you are feeling thankful. That time frame is more likely now that you've set it. You are voting for the timeline of wealth when you choose to think a thought of plenty. You increase the probability wave of being in a loving relationship when you embody the feeling of love. Probability treats you like a gardener. You are planting the seeds of the reality you want with every positive, aligned thought and feeling. Every time you think something bad or scary, you plant the seeds of what you don't want to happen. It's not that the universe is mean. It just responds to where your energy is. The timeline that gets the most attention and emotional energy all the time is the one that is most likely to merge with your present reality. There's less stress now. It doesn't need to be perfect. You just need to tip the scales in your favor over and over again with kindness and love. Every deep breath, every moment of peace, and every thought of gratitude is a powerful act that increases the chances of your dream future coming true. This universe is not a mess. The universe is open to everyone. It's not true that the odds are fixed. They change based on your thoughts. You don't have to depend on luck. You are the one who makes chance happen. Moment by moment, you are making your own schedule with the power of your focus and the frequency of your heart. Be committed to this path if you want to keep getting better at choosing your own timeline. It's more than just clicking subscribe. It's an energetic statement that you are committing to the practice of conscious creation. It keeps you connected to this field and on track with when you're supposed to reach your full potential. More than just science was altered by the discovery of quantum physics. It completely changed how we saw the world. People all over the world were awakened, and they were asked to look behind the curtain of the physical world and see the magical machinery that runs the universe. We used to think of ourselves as small, separate beings that lived in a big, unseen world. There were set rules about what would happen next, and we were like billiard balls on a big table. Reality was something we saw or heard. The world we lived in was set in stone. and our inner state was seen as just a result of what happened in the outside world. This whole view of the world was turned upside down by quantum mechanics. It showed that the universe is not separate but deeply linked. A universe that isn't solid and fixed, but rather moves and has possibilities. A universe that isn't just there, but responds intelligently. Everything changes when you look at the world through quantum eyes. You understand that you're not separate. The idea of entanglement tells us that everything is linked in a web of information that goes beyond space and time. What you feel inside can really change the world around you. You understand that you are not a victim of your situation. The observer effect shows that your consciousness is not just a spectator. It is also a creator, pulling together waves of potential into the world you see. You are the one who shapes your reality, not the other way around. If you agree with this new way of seeing yourself, leave a comment with the strong word, "I awaken." This is an important step on your path. It lets you know that you are waking up from the dream of a limited, classical reality and into the truth of your infinite, quantum self. You have fresh eyes, and this new view gives birth to a new world. You know that your plans for the future are not set in stone. The principle of superposition tells us that in the quantum field, there are already an infinite number of possible futures for you. You are not stuck on one path. Your energetic focus is always picking a new path for you. You understand that your limitations are just ideas. A shift in energy, not force, can get through what seems to be a solid barrier. This is what quantum tunneling shows. If you think in an old, limited way, the impossible is only impossible. It's a change from effort to alignment to live in this new world. It means giving up control and trusting others. You go from responding to the world to making your own world. This is more than just a shift in how you see things. It's a reminder of who you really are. You are more than just a body moving through a physical world. You are a field of consciousness, an observer, and a creator who is currently taking on the form of a person. There is no out there in a lab where the laws of quantum physics are found. They are the laws that make you what you are. Having this knowledge won't solve your problems right away, but it gives you the tools and strength to know that you can handle anything. It takes you from failing to a place where you can do anything. When you look at the world through quantum eyes, you can see magic in everything, and most importantly, you can see the magician inside you. The observer effect, superposition, and entanglement are all amazing ideas that might be easy to think of in a general way. But what if I told you that proof of this quantum reality is all around you? It's in the technology that makes our modern world possible. These magical ideas have already been used by people around the world, showing that they are real, reliable, and very powerful. Picture a laser. Quantum coherence is best illustrated by a laser beam. It is made when a huge number of photons are lined up to move as a single, strong, focused wave. This is a figure of speech for your own mind. Your creative power is spread out when your thoughts, feelings, and plans are all over the place. But when you bring them together into a single, focused, and aligned state, you can make things with amazing power and accuracy like a laser. Think about the MRI machine that hospitals use. It makes pictures of the body that are incredibly detailed without touching it. A strong magnetic field lines up the quantum spin of the atoms in your body to make it work. There is an energetic signature on your body that it reads. This is a strong reminder that you are more than just a body. You are a living, moving energy field, and others can sense and understand your inner state. Semiconductors and transistors are the heart of every electronic device you use, including your phone and computer. Quantum mechanics tells us exactly how to control the flow of electrons through materials, which is how these devices work. There are specific quantized states that electrons can be in, not random energy levels. The digital world is run by billions of these quantum switches that work together. This proves that the quantum world is both random and very organized, and that it can be used to make systems that are both very complicated and very reliable. Quantum computing is arguably the most promising new area. Quantum computers use qubits, which are unlike conventional computers that use bits of zeros and ones. A qubit can be both a 0 and a 1 at the same time thanks to superposition. This lets it handle a lot of information at once. This shows how your own consciousness works. If your thinking is stuck in a straight line, you can only solve problems one step at a time. You can hold more than one possibility at once, though, when you access your observer consciousness. As you become more aware, you'll be able to see the big picture and find answers in the field of infinite potential. There is no magic in these technologies. They show how the basic rules of our universe can be used. They are living proof that the ideas we've talked about are not just ideas. They are what makes the world go round. You can see the power of the quantum world at work every time you look at a laser, get a medical scan, or use your phone. These things should always remind you of your strength. The laws that let a computer handle huge amounts of data are also the laws that let your mind make your reality. The rules that a laser uses to focus light are the same rules that you can use to focus your intent. Our technology has already gone through the quantum revolution. It's time for it to happen in our hearts now. There's no need for a lab or complicated math. As you breathe, concentrate, become aware, and feel your heart, you have everything you need. You are the living technology that is meant to connect with the quantum field and create new worlds. The world around you shows you that it's possible. You need to prove it to yourself now. Don't just breathe to stay alive. Breathe to make things. Watch not only to see but also to decide. Be, not just in this world, but as the one who made it. The trip has only just begun. As a last step toward alignment, give this moment your energy by liking this video. Do it as a way to thank the universe and yourself for giving you this information. When you do this simple thing, you seal your intention and anchor the high frequency of creation you have been working on here today. When you step into your power, you shine like a star. Giving this transmission to people who are looking for it is an act of service that brings this frequency of empowerment to more people. Each share makes the field of conscious creators stronger, which speeds up the shift on our planet. Be the wave that wakes up someone else.